Hi there, my name is Philip. I'm founder at Flatlogic, and today we're going to try something new, like a new format of this content. We are going to be building like analytical BI dashboard together. We analyzed our chats, like what users request most from our generator and AI agent, and we found that BI analytics dashboard, this type of apps are one of the most requested. So in this video, I'm going to record how I build analytical business intelligence dashboard myself using Flatlogic generator. This video is going to be applicable to Apwizi as well, because we are soon going to be migrating fully to Apwizi platform. Okay, so imagine we want to build analytical dashboard and we have our data stored in CSV files maybe or Excel files, right? So in a classical table format. So if I want to build this type of dashboard, if I want to build this type of app, I simply need to create new project in Flatlogic and start describing my application. We are going to be building using LAMP stack. It's a new template we have recently published to our platform. It supports what we call professional vibe coding. It means there is a separate virtual machine allocated to your project. It's your environment that you fully control. You can operate there fully. It's powered by our Flatlogic AI agent, but under the hood, it uses either Gemini CLI or Codex by OpenAI. Uh, so I'm going to be using this. LAMP template is very good for landings for classical simple web apps because it's classical PHP stack that powers 80% of the internet. You potentially may run even WordPress on this virtual machine, so you can try it yourself. Okay, but back to our dashboard, right? Let's do something like that. We need to come up with the name, right? So dashboard for Philip version 001. Then our architect asks you about what kind of app you want to build. But here's my prompt. I'd like to be able to upload kind of any CSV file, and this app that is generated, it should be able to identify the column types, and based on column types, it should be able to generate charts and widgets. So basically represent my data. Very classical standard use case for data. But I just want to show you how easy it's to generate with Flatlogic or Apwizi. So here is our description, right? I'd like to be able to upload any CSV file and instantly see a simple dashboard, upload the CSV. Then I describe what our app should do. It should look through first 500 rows and guess the column type. Then after check, the app should suggest a tiny dashboard, blah, 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 blah. Also some persistency, because this stack, this template that I chose, it supports persistency. First of all, you have like a complete file storage, right? So you can simply save files on this virtual machine and keep them there. It's like, it's a very classical server, like an old school server, because I'm old school programmer myself, and so that's why the our offer is also old school. And another layer of persistency is database, of course. So it simply supports MySQL database. Okay, let's send it. By the way, there is this recent new feature where we can simply speak with AI. You can use voice input and type your messages with voice. It's very useful, and it asks about user roles, but users, yeah, and it follows like a classical software development lifecycle. It tries to identify this user stories and roles in the system, because if we want to design something more complex, we need to have all of them defined, right? Just one user story, follow my description above. Here you see we have this expectation manager, right? It says that some parts of the requested application will be available out of the box, and some parts of the application will be available only after you build them. You can build them yourself, or you can build them with AI, right? So you can simply type in a chat and describe these changes and request these changes. Okay, nice user story. Uh, It is asking me whether I'm fine answering more questions. Maybe the only thing I want to clarify is about kind of user interface. I want it to be light, modern, a lot of space. So that's it. You can generate these prompts with, I don't know, with ChatGPT, or you can simply talk with our architect here and ask it to suggest something for you. It's quite creative and it's going to be helping you a lot. Okay, then it wants more information, but that's enough. So we can generate our app. So what's happening now, right? Under the hood, there is a virtual machine being deployed. It uses Google Cloud. It's a standard virtual machine with classical Linux-based operating system and preset environment to run this Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP stack. It takes only up to a minute to be ready, and then we use our Flatlogic AI agent, which uses Gemini CLI under the hood or codecs, depending on the template and the context, to keep developing your application. So here we are. You see it says like your app is running. It's not just code. You see under the hood, Gemini started to implement our requests. Yeah, it says like it's like your old school Nokia 3310. It's SEO friendly. So yeah, it's quite conservative, conservative, reliable stack, which simply works. And you can always export it. You can always take it away. You can use it on your own machine. You can host it elsewhere. There is no third-party dependencies. So that's why we call it vibe coding for dads, or like a professional vibe coding, because it gives you every professional engineer would have. But you don't need to have the entire environment. We set up it for you, and you just simply use this environment. But it's it's a professional grade environment, and you get it. So that's it. So what do we have here? Suggested next steps. Here is the live URL of your application. You can simply click it. Oh, I accidentally refreshed the page, and yeah. So here is it. You can access it via internet. It's ready. I believe that this functionality is not ready yet, so we need to implement it, right? So Gemini asks us, can I proceed with the core functionality implemented the server-side logic to parse the uploaded CSV file and analyze its structure? Would you like me to proceed with that? Yes, of course, but please remove images, keep just interface. Oh, sorry, I was in this tab and I said yes, of course, but please remove images, keep just interface. So we can see in real time what's happening here. Okay, so finally it's here. You see it removed these images, a lot of content. What's here? Features, I build a blah, blah, blah. Next steps, application is now ready to use. You can start by uploading your CSV. Okay, let's try it. I doubt it works from the very beginning. I will be very surprised if it works, but let's try it. Events, upload for preview. I don't know, I believe it's taking a bit long already, so most likely it doesn't work. Yeah, you see, so it's not working. 500 error, it means that there is a server error. And now I will tell this to our agent here. Nope, nope, does not work. Error, check logs and make sure it works. Okay, I see a response from the AI. So it says the issue is fixed, files reviewed, blah, 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 and you can check it. Okay, I still don't believe it, but let's try it. You better have no expectation. Oh, cool. So it says like a schema preview, right? So it identified columns. Oh, by the way, it was the events data set, like for example, you have a SaaS startup or SaaS application, and you have some events data set where you record user actions such as, I don't know, purchase, site visit, or etc. Right? So I uploaded this kind of data set. The first screen is it says like a schema preview. We need to identify the like data types of the columns. So it's an events data set. Transaction, it's a date of the transaction. User ID, it's a text. It's correctly. Plan, okay, it's a text. Also event name text, and value integer. Okay, good. Then let's try to generate dashboard and see if it works. Wow, so I'm really surprised. I see it the first time just as you. So we have, it counted rows, it counted average value, it said like a total value of all of these events that we uploaded. It generated this nice chart. I don't know, category chart, what was that? There is no AI under the hood, right? To make it clear, there is no AI. It's just a classical PHP code that parses and tries to guess column types by the data format, right? And then tries to come up with a dashboard, but it is done programmatically. It's not done with AI. The next version could be probably adding AI, of course, right? So you can feed this, I don't know, data types to AI and make it come up with charts for you based on this data. But that's like the next version. I'm super happy with what I see here. You see, it took literally like 5 minutes maximum. Okay, so time chart, sample data. Yeah, so that's it. Let's go back to the editor. So we call this editor, right? So because in this editor, you have like versions on the left side, you have chat interface on the right side, plus version control, plus code controls here. I will explain them a bit later. But first, don't forget that to save your work. It's very important to save your work. It's like an old school when you press Control plus S, right? So save. So we need to save this work because it works. Otherwise, we can simply lose this source code that was generated. Okay, so the version is initial CSV uploader and dashboard. Confirm. So what happens under the hood, right? So we create a new version, and this version is managed by, again, a professional version control system called Git. By the way, don't expect everything to be ready from the first generation. You still need to do at least a few iterations. There is a well-known principle. It's called, if I recall correctly, Gall's law. And it says that complex system cannot be built from scratch. Only simple systems can be built from scratch and then iteratively grown up to the complex system. And you do these iterations in this chat. So you ask to make modifications and to make modifications to the system. And this is how you reach the required level of complexity. Don't expect the first iteration to be your kind of final outcome. It doesn't work like that. Cool. Okay, so I see this dashboard is working. So let's maybe try now to make this selects work. So the data is filtered. I say it like that, right? So I copy this and send to AI and say, hey, I want now this selects to actual work. Let's see what it gives us. Yeah, so we see it now tries to make filters work. Let's start with a new file, right? And upload CSV here, our events. Let's specify text here again. And okay, so we see that it broke these charts. Now they are not working. So maybe let's do what we have to do, right? We need to go back to our editor and do this reset project. It means that it resets the state of the repository to the latest version of the of your project, to the latest version of your project. All changes since last save will be permanently lost and cannot be undone. Discard changes. Okay. Yeah, so let's check if it works as it worked before. Now let's go back and start over. Yeah, you see the chart is working and the data is here, so everything is fine. Okay, maybe we need to spend some more time trying to fix that, but let's not focus on that. Let's do something else instead. Maybe let's say now that let's go back to our editor. You can work with your app here, but I prefer to work in a separate screen, so it's a standalone separate experience. Let me show you other capabilities here, right? So for example, let's upload the logo. Let's use Flatlogic logo and just upload the file here and say, let's use this as a logo, add it to the header plus use as favicon, right? So it's used for SEO purposes too. You see the image was uploaded to your virtual machine. It's now hosted. You don't need to use anything else for hosting. You can simply upload files to your machine via this interface. Oh, nice. You see we have the logo here. now our app is kind of styled with that logo, and we can start over. I don't know, let's try one more file because we have events CSV. Let's also have orders CSV. Upload, how it works. Order ID text, order date, channel text, items, integer, okay, revenue, decimal, discount date, okay, generate dashboard. Cool. It also works for another file, right? Okay, let's go back to our platform and let's wrap up like things here. By the way, another feature we need to use, we use quite often, is screenshots. So you simply may send the screenshot of your app here. So it's going to capture the screenshot, right? So screenshot is here, and you may say, I would like to update background, which is currently empty, to some geometric figures, right? So our AI is going to see this image and use it as a reference. It does not see your app. So if you want to fix some layout, or if you want to add some changes to the UI or the design of the application, you can easily just take the screenshot using any kind of program, or simply using this tool here, and ask it to make the required modifications, right? Okay, so here is it. Here's the version with geometric shapes on the background. I don't know. I love it, but maybe these shapes could be bigger. But you can ask this. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to the editor and finalize what hasn't been covered here. Right. So again, those are versions. You can simply jump between these versions and roll back to them. This is like your version control system. You can pull changes from your repository. If you connect your GitHub, you can do that here, right? You can push to GitHub. You can download the source code. You can open in VS Code web, right? You can pull changes from your GitHub. And what's important, right? So this, when I uploaded all of these files here, they go directly to your virtual machine, and they host it here. So assets, all of these pasted screenshots and images, they are here. So this is the PNG file. This was like another image. So those are assets like JavaScript and CSS. And basically, this is a classical code editor. For example, if we want to change something here, we can do the code modifications right here, right? Sorry, you need to click edit and do this. For example, dashboard CSV uploader and dashboard. And let's simply hit save. Edit index PHP. Okay, so that's nice. So we made this change, and now let's go back to this to the preview, and you see that the title of the application has been updated. So these changes that you reflect in the editor, they are immediately, the changes that you do in the editor, they are immediately reflected in the your running environment. I believe that's it. And what's the most important thing, right, is that it's your machine. You own it. You can do whatever you want. There are no limitations in this machine. It's a classical PHP stack that powers a lot of modern web. Like up to 80% of the web is powered by PHP. So if you want to do like any kind of landings, it's ready to do that out of the box. It's SEO friendly. It's easily browsable because there is no front end, single page applications, any kind of things like that. It's an old school stack. And it's powered by very mighty Gemini CLI or Codex by OpenAI. So that's why we call it professional vibe coding, because you can start developing your applications here. You can truly host them here. You can scale them if you need. It's an environment that is complete and ready to host your real world apps. So that's it. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was useful to you. Please, I don't know, subscribe, like this video and our content. I will be creating more content like that, such as how to create AI chatbot, how to create CRM system, how to create other kind of apps like landing pages, SaaS applications, and etc. And I'm looking forward for your support. And please let me know your feedback. I'm always open to your feedback and really willing to hear from you. Okay, thank you and goodbye.